I have been weightlifting for 8 years. I used to look like this in 2017 and I look like this in 2025. I also did my first ever bodybuilding show last year and won 3rd place. And I've also been able to be a part of hundreds of transformations in our Aligned Fitness coaching program. I've written thousands of workouts and I've programmed hundreds of workout splits. So in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down the best and the worst workout splits for getting lean. Shout out to the people in my YouTube community who did vote for this video idea. If you're not a part of that community, make sure you go join it. And you do so by hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell just so you don't miss any other videos from me. So if you are a woman who wants to get lean, you want to look toned, you want to have visible muscle definition, you want to change your body composition and grow your glutes, this video is for you. Now, first off, let me throw out some disclaimers in this video because I know there's a lot of comment happy of you out there, okay? In this video, I am talking about a very specific woman who has a very specific goal when I am ranking or rating these workout splits. I also want to address that, of course, any workout or any exercise is better than none. Of course, I'd much rather have you moving your body, exercising, doing some workouts than just laying on the couch all day, every day for the rest of your life. And yes, exercise should be something that you enjoy. So if you just want to be active and healthy and you want to move your body and you don't really care too much about your body composition or you don't really have specific goals, like you don't want to be super lean or grow your glutes or have defined shoulders, then this video might not be for you. However, if you are a woman who actually wants to change her body composition, you want a lean physique, you have specific goals on your body that you want to work towards, you want to have that visible muscle definition, you want to grow your glutes, there is a specific way to train in order to get a body like that. But I also want to make a disclaimer that being lean actually comes in 2 different parts. Yes, you need the muscle definition, but you also need a low enough body fat percentage to see that muscle. So you're not going to get lean alone by just lifting weights and just working out. If you have a higher body fat percentage and you have a layer of fat covering your body, then it's going to be harder for you to see that definition and those muscles underneath. So you do need to pair these workout splits with a consistent calorie deficit, tracking your macros, hitting the right amount of protein, carbs, and fats for your body and your goals consistently in order to drop body fat and look lean. You don't actually get lean and lose the body fat through weight training. That is more for building the foundation, building the muscle, which is a huge important part, but you lower your body fat percentage and you lose the body fat through your nutrition, your diet, and also just staying active throughout the day outside of the gym too, like walking more. So even if you're lifting weights consistently, that doesn't guarantee you a lean physique. You do need to have the right nutrition protocols in order to drop body fat too. This is only one piece of the pie, and there are several other factors that need to be considered and also taken into consideration when it comes to building a lean and toned physique. Now that we got that out of the way though, let's start by breaking down the workout splits. Workout split number 1, we have the push-pull legs split. For this workout split, you're training 3 days per week. You have a push day, which is usually chest and triceps and shoulders because these are movements that involve a pushing motion. Then you have a pull day, which is usually back and biceps because most of these movements involve a pulling motion. And then of course you have a leg day, which is a lower body day. The reason I'm not a huge fan of this split, especially if you're a woman, is because obviously if you want to build muscle, you do need to be training in a specific way. With this split, you're only hitting each muscle group once per week. And that's usually not going to be enough volume to actually build muscle and see the change in your body. Especially if you're a woman who actually wants to grow her glutes, then I definitely recommend more than 1 leg day if you want to see that definition and that growth, because with this split, there's really just not a lot of volume. Now, of course, this doesn't mean that you should be training legs every day. I'm going to get into that, but I do recommend more than 1 leg day, especially if your recovery is prioritized too. So because of this, I'm going to give this workout split a D. This is below average. Next workout split, we have what I like to call the bro split. So this usually looks like having a different body part that you train for each day of the week. So it could look like day 1 is legs, day 2 is shoulders, day 3 is chest, day 4 is back, and day 5 is arms. Again, just like what we talked about in the first workout split, I'm not a huge fan of this one either. And I really don't recommend it, especially for women, because again, you're only hitting each muscle group once per week, which is not going to be enough volume to actually see a difference in your body. I also don't recommend this split for women because 4 out of those 5 days are upper body focused. So if you're someone who wants to grow her glutes, or you want to grow your quads, or just really develop your lower body, only doing 1 leg day while you're doing 4 upper body days might not be in alignment with your goals. So because of this, I'm actually gonna give this workout an F. Now let's move on to 3 full body days. This is another 3-day split, and it's when you actually do a full body workout on each of those days. If you're someone who wants to train 3 days per week, like that's what works best for your schedule, I actually love this workout split for you. And this is very common of what we program our clients inside of our program who want to do 3 workouts per week. Because this time you're actually hitting each muscle group more than once per week, but you're still only going to the gym 3 times per week if that's all your schedule allows. For this split, you can actually hit legs every single time you go to the gym, as long as you are spreading these workouts out evenly throughout the week and your recovery is prioritized. But it's also without doing 3 full leg days. Like, you probably have just a couple of leg or lower body exercises amidst those full body workouts, so you're doing a few sets on each day. And then you can also add whatever other exercises you want to work on. So I'm actually going to put this one at an A. If you're someone who wants to train 3 days per week, this would be my recommendation. Only reason for that though is because I am a little biased. I go to the gym 4 times per week, so that's personally my favorite. Which brings me to the next split, which is 2 upper and 2 lower body days. So it's a 4-day workout split. This is one of my favorites, and this is the most common workout split that we program for our clients, especially if they want to train 4 times per week. I personally love 4-day splits because you're still getting in enough volume, but you also have 3 full rest days to recover from your workouts. And what we usually do for our ladies is we put a huge emphasis on developing the glutes and just the lower body in general on those leg days. So this time you actually have 2 full leg days that can include compound movements and isolation movements. And then we will usually split the upper body days into a push-pull or just 2 full upper body days. This way you're hitting everything and you're not overtraining. So I'm actually gonna put this workout split as an S for superior. Next, we have the 6 to 7 day workout split. So this is literally when you are hitting the gym 6 to 7 days a week. Now, if you've been watching my content, you probably know what I'm gonna say about this one. But when I first started my fitness journey, I was about 1 to 2 years in, I was convinced that I needed to work out 6 days per week in order to get leaner and see the progress that I wanted. And this is how I can tell if someone is, near the beginner years of their fitness journey. I feel like we all start off wanting to lose weight, and maybe it's really hard for you to get to the gym, but then the second phase you go through in your fitness journey is you become kind of obsessive with it in an unhealthy way. And that was me. I was obsessive with macros. I was obsessive with doing so much cardio and working out 6 days per week or doing 2 workouts in 1 day. So that's how I can kind of tell when someone is, in the beginning stages, they're still kind of learning, they're still kind of making this a sustainable lifestyle. Is usually you start thinking, oh, I gotta do 6 workouts per week, 7 workouts per week, which now as you grow and develop and you learn and become more educated in your fitness journey, you realize that's actually one of the worst ways to train. Because I don't know if a lot of people don't know this, especially women, is that you're not actually building muscle during your workout. You are breaking down your muscle fibers, and then on your rest days, on your recovery days, that's when you are rebuilding everything. So you actually need rest days. Without them, you're not going to see progress. So think of it this way. If you only give your body 1 day to recover from your workouts, or 0 days if you're trying to go every day, do you think that's a very smart strategy to train? Now that you know your body actually rebuilds and builds the muscle on your rest days. And in my opinion, you should not even be able to train 6 to 7 days per week with the intensity that is required to put on new muscle tissue. For me, I am tapped out after doing my 4 workouts per week because I am pushing myself. I train with a high intensity. I'm lifting heavy weights, but with an intention. It's not just about throwing around heavy weights. It's also about having proper form, range of motion, tempo. All of that needs to be taken into consideration. So even doing a 5th workout would be really taxing on my body, and it really was for me. Last year when I was in prep, I had a 5-day split, and it was a lot on my body. So for this workout split, I'm definitely giving her an F. We are putting her down at failing because this is just not a good way to train. Next workout split, we have a 5-day split, 2 upper body, 2 lower body, and 5th one is either a full body or a 3rd lower body day. So this is again a 5-day split, and like I mentioned earlier, I do love the 2 upper, 2 lower body days. And now this is just adding a 5th day, which the 5th workout could be a full body day or it could be a 3rd lower body day. Now, I have nothing wrong with this, but I think it does depend on the person. If you are someone who can consistently make it to the gym 5 days per week long term, and you're able to push yourself week after week, you're recovering properly, you're not extremely sore all the time to where it's affecting your performance in your workouts, then I think a 5-day split might be good for you. And this is usually what we will program for our clients inside of our coaching program if they do want a 5-day split. However, I would not recommend doing 5 workouts back to back, like Monday through Friday, you're hitting the gym. Even if you're training 4 days per week, I recommend taking a rest day during the week. I take my rest days on Thursdays. So you could train Monday through Wednesday, rest on Thursday, then maybe train Friday, Saturday, or you could do Monday, Tuesday, rest Wednesday, then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Or get that 5th one on Sunday. So you take an extra rest day even on the weekend. So you're just evenly spreading it out and making sure that you are spreading out those rest days. Now, with the 3rd lower body day, I do feel that this could be a lot for most people. And honestly, you don't really need to train legs 3 times per week in order to grow your glutes. Now, I personally have done this in the past where I had 2 upper body days and 3 lower body days, but it just really just depends on the person. I do think, again, 3 leg days is a lot. Now, I do like the idea of using that 5th day as a full body day, and then you can add 1 to 2 glute exercises on that full body day. So you're still hitting glutes, you're getting in a little bit more volume on that day, but it's not a full leg day. Because remember, we do need to recover. We do need to be resting and recovering in order to build muscle. And sometimes, for some of you watching this, the answer is not doing more leg days, more workouts, more volume. Sometimes the answer is actually cutting it back a bit so your body can rest and recover, and that's what actually pushes you forward. So I'm going to give this split, we're gonna put her at a B, okay? So this is good, it's good. And I'm gonna put that as a B if you're doing 3 leg days. I might even put that at a C, I don't know, it's between a B and a C. However, if you're doing 5-day split, you are spreading out your workouts, and maybe that 5th day is a full body day, I would put that as an A for excellent. As long as that's something you can stick to and your recovery is not compromised. So those were all the most common workout splits that I see women doing. Which ones do you want me to go over next? Leave them in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you found it helpful, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But if you actually want to see what a week's worth of workouts looks like for me, click on this next video here. I have an example workout split that you can try with a bunch of exercises that I do all the time in my own programming.